We define wedding as primarily event shooting. So it's live, right, like we're doing here. And you've got really one time to get the shot. And it's primarily an autofocus market, right? Because, you need to get the shot, it's got to be in focus. And oftentimes you don't have the opportunity to change camera positions. You need a zoom lens. So it's a market that really has gone from a very kind of traditional posed and more formal sort of setting to a very informal, more of a photojournalistic style, but still the photographer and the person who's capturing the event is still oftentimes in situations where, they can't move. You still got to fill the frame, right? So you need a zoom lens for that. You can't always use your feet to zoom the camera in and out. And it's got to be in focus. If it's not in focus, you can't sell the shot. So it becomes a missed opportunity, if you will. So given that, the lens solutions that Zeiss offers right now are fairly limited. And it really comes down to our solutions that offer autofocus. So we offer autofocus solutions when we have the opportunity to have licensing permission from the camera manufacturer. So we work closely with both Sony and Fuji. We offer autofocus prime lens solutions today for both the E-mount, full frame E-mount, as well as the X-mount. So that would be kind of like our bodice series of lenses, which right now are comprised of 3 autofocus lenses, a very wide 18 millimeter, which is right now the widest prime autofocus lens for the Sony, a 25 millimeter and an 85-1.8, which is a beautiful portrait lens, and an additional lens that we'll announce very shortly. So that line will continue to grow. For the Fuji X-mount system, we offer a 12 millimeter, a 32, which is that normal focal length for that sensor size, and a 50 macro. So those, kind of in this marketplace, those are the lens solutions that we're primarily pushing. Now, if you're talking portraiture, it's slightly different. So portrait, you have the opportunity to retake, more critically focus, especially if you're trying to have a very shallow depth of field and isolate your subject from the background, right? Have a nice focus fall off, beautiful bokeh, and not have a distracting background. You want to shoot at a faster aperture, which is one of the benefits of our prime lenses. Faster aperture than a zoom, all right? So the focus fall off is a little faster, and you want to critically focus and need to do it quickly. Sometimes a manual focus lens, which is our solutions for the Nikon and Canon system, allows you to kind of get that focus point very quickly. So really kind of nail it. So if you really want to focus on the eye and kind of let the rest of it kind of fall away, very easy to do. Oftentimes with an autofocus system, you're kind of hunting a little bit, and sometimes you lose the shot. So when you have the time to focus and compose, our lens solutions for portraiture are really beautiful, extremely sharp. Now, the other kind of requirement, especially as the resolution of cameras keeps getting higher, if you're talking a lens or a camera that has 36 megapixels or higher, the reality is that the size of the pixel gets very tiny, and you need to match that with better optics. Right? So there are a lot of older lenses you can mount to that mount system, and it'll fit to the camera, it'll make a picture, but it may not be the right lens optically for that sensor. But nowadays, if you really want sharpness out to the corners, you've got to match that sensor with better optics. And that's what really Zeiss is all about. The only thing we do is lenses. And we try to really offer the highest resolution optics, not just in the center of the frame, but really out to the edges, that's matched with natural color and very good contrast.